Hi there. In this video we're going to have a look at multiplying decimals, and I want to show you 4 strategies that you can use. So of course you can choose any strategy if you're faced with a decimal multiplication, but it's good if you know a range of strategies. So the first strategy here, we have 0.5 times 0.83. This strategy involves changing both numbers into whole numbers. So this problem becomes 5 times 83. So we want to just solve that, and then at the end we're going to compensate. So using our whole number strategies, this would be the same as 5 times 80 plus 5 times 3. So we get 400 here plus 15, which gives me 415. And at this point you want to look back at the original problem and count how many digits there are to the right hand side of the decimal point in both numbers. So if you look at the 5 there, that's 5/10, so we've got 1. 0.83, there are 2 digits there, so in our answer there needs to be 3 digits to the right hand side of the decimal point. So with the whole number multiplication I get 415, so my decimal point needs to, if I just rewrite the multiplication question, my decimal point needs to go there. So 0.415. So I've got 3 digits to the right hand side of the decimal point, just like I have in the original question. So that's that strategy. Our second strategy is called partitioning. So I want to split up the decimal, in this case the 2.4. So 2.4 can be split up into 2 wholes. So 2 wholes times 0.7 plus my 4/10, which is 0.4 times 0.7. So I'm just splitting up that first number there. So 2 times 0.7 is 1.4 plus, using the first strategy, the whole number multiplying strategy, 4 times 7 is 28. So I've got 2 digits to the right of the decimal point in each of those 2 numbers. So I need to have 2 digits to the right in my answer. So 1.4 plus 0.28, and we can just do that in our heads. That gives me 1.68. So that strategy is called partitioning. Let's move on to a couple more strategies. So this third one is called rounding and compensating, and we do that where we can see that one of the decimals is close to a whole number. So that's 6.9 is really close to 7. So 7, if I multiply 7 by 3.5, I'm going to compensate because I'm multiplying, I'm raising 6.9 to 7, so I need to subtract 0.1 times 3.5. So that's the compensating part. Okay, so 7 times 3.5. Okay, so this is the same as 7 times 3 plus 7 times 0.5. And that's minus 0.1 times 3.5 is 0.35. So we've got 7 times 3 is 21 plus 7 times 0.5, or 7 times 5/10 gives me 35/10, which is the same as 3.5, minus 0.35. So I get here 21 plus 3.5 is 24.5 minus 0.35. And if I just realise that this is 24 plus my 5/10, which is the same as 50 hundredths, and I am subtracting, if I change this to hundredths also, 35 hundredths. So that will give me 24 plus 15 hundredths, which I can just change to 24.15. Okay, the last strategy here is splitting up the second decimal into decimal fractions. So I've got 17 times 0.78, so that becomes the same as 17 times that 2 is 2/10. 2/10. So 17 times 2/10 plus 17 times, and the 8 there is 8 hundredths. So 8 hundredths. So 17 times 2 is 34. So we get 34 tenths here. Plus 17 times 8. So just do a little bit of a multiplication up here. Get 136 hundredths. So 34 tenths is 3.4, and 136 hundredths is, so if we just write that, 136 hundredths, so that is the same as, we've got 100 hundredths, which is 1 whole, plus 36 hundredths, so that gives me 1.36. So 3.4 plus 1.36. So adding the 1 to that whole there, we get 4. And then adding the 0.36 to 0.4, we get 0.76. So 4.76. So any of these strategies you can use when multiplying decimals.